Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Jace Brown from Instagram, and today we're going to be recapping one of my, I think, first flat loss of this month. So this is the first flat loss of the month of July. Usually whenever I have a loss, it's either, on that day, it's either a break-even day because I re-entered and I got it right or something like that. And for today, it was my first ever flat out loser, like red day, as you could say. So we're going to go over today's loser. So I traded two things today. I'm going to be going over ECAD and ENZD, which is actually technically the big loser, but I'll only be going over ECAD today. But anyway, so yeah, I was trading today. London session, we were looking at euro pairs, and we were gonna see like a big move all the way up. Just our bias based on the DXY, based on the euro pairs for that day as well. So I was looking at Euro NZD as well as EuroCAD. I know EuroCAD had the potential because they had the higher time frame bias, and also had liquid 50, no swapping liquid 50. There was bearish divergence on it. So I'll just go over that recap for you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys there. Hey guys, what's going on? So we're looking at EuroCAD right over here. So right over here on the day, this is what I was looking at. So in the morning when I woke up, I was looking at this basically. So we saw a big rise on EuroCAD, so about a 50 pip move with this Asian range right over here. And then we saw it pop all the way up toward this pivot, and then toward the high of ADR, almost max ADR, and then we saw a pullback toward the 50. So with the liquid 50 and the EMAs being bull bias, we were looking for a D1 off the 50. So for me, on the time of what I was looking at is basically, I saw divergence here. So, as price is falling, the RSI is rising. So for me, I was like, okay, so we're probably going to see, a potential rise on this thing. But, for us to have like a valid D1, we need the price action to go toward the 850, which is this purple line right over here. So, as you can see here, it wasn't off the 50 or 800, so there was no valid entry yet. So for me, I just basically waited to see if, what price was going to do in the next couple of minutes and next couple of hours. And basically it just chopped around throughout the day and then touched, say, 850 finally, throughout, toward this section right over here. And so that's whenever I guess we were looking to try to find any longs off this area right over here. So from right over here, it completely falls. And then from what I saw here, let me just go down all over here. So what I saw from here, we saw these wicks, and that tells me that the sellers are taking, are not in control anymore. The buyers are taking control right over here with these massive wicks right over here. So for me, as I saw that, divergence from right over here, first point, second point, first point, second point. So as price is falling, the RSI is rising. That is bullish divergence right over there. So, as I saw that, and I saw these big bullish momentum bars literally just pop off the 21, pop off the 8 EMA, and then, basically bounce from the zone right over here, and just with this big bullish bar, that told me that we're probably going to see some kind of bullish momentum on that. So for me, I took it on the break of the 50, a little aggressive on, the way how I just took it on the first break of the 50 without extra confirmations. But as you can see, I really felt like that, because it was hitting the divergent line, and we were seeing the bullish momentum, and as buyers were taking control of this pair at that moment, I really thought that we were going to see like a push up. So I knew that we were probably going to see like a retest of the 50. So I was a little bit, I guess you could say, careful with that. So for me, clear to see from throughout the day, it was respecting the 50 from right over here. It finally broke the 50 right over here, but it just, it respected the 50 really well from here. So for me, once we saw this big, I guess, bullish bar right over here, I probably thought we were going to see a change of direction. So entered here, and then it basically rose all the way up to 1.5R, 1.47R, so about 1.5R on that. And then so basically, I saw that it hit toward this, I guess, the previous high from right over here. And then so basically, it pulled back off the 21 EMA, and I locked my stop into profit from right over here. And I did not close half because I graded this as a C setup, where I took the position size as a C setup, and then I basically took graded like a B setup in the way where like I closed half at 2R based on my trading rules, and I locked my stop more into profit at 2R as well. So it was taken as a position size as a C setup, but I took it itself as like for the rules for the closing of the position itself as a B setup. So as it held the 21 EMA right over here, and it went into the buy zone, as you can see right over here. I added in right over here. Obviously, there was no bullish structure or a retest of the 50. So of course, to re-add, whenever I re-added, I took that in mind, and I took it at a small size. So basically, it was coming up. I know Barry was with me on this as well. The 15-minute RSI was through the TL. The RSI was through the TL in the 15 minutes, so that was an extra confirmation for me as well. But it basically fails to make a higher high, so it basically retests the high of the zone, the previous high of the zone right over here, and basically fails to make a new high. And then so we just with this big bearish momentum bar right over here, it breaks the 21 and 200. And so I was just thinking, oh, okay, so we're probably gonna see like a retest of the 50, and then possibly go toward the direction of our bias. But as you can see here with this next bar, literally like this big bearish bar just completely freaking demolished my second entry. It stopped me out like with this big freaking bearish bar. And then on my first entry, I locked it in profit, and then I didn't lose on that first entry. But on the second entry I did. So from right over here, like you can clearly see that this is like some kind of abnormal bar. There was some, I guess, news. There wasn't any news events toward this time, but there was some kind of news happening in the background for like the European Union, where they're trying to, I guess, stimulate the economy for the European Union, trying to I guess stimulate with around $700 billion, and it was pushing, from what I saw in the morning, pushing Euro pairs up for the day. But I don't know, there was no breaking news from what I saw on Forex Factory on this whenever like I got stopped out, so I'm not quite sure what exactly happened that caused this abnormal bar, because it's obviously abnormal. Like you can clearly see that all these bars are about 1 or 2 pips, 3 pips, or whatever, and this bar is just literally like 11 pips right there. So just not really sure what happened there, but got stopped out. And it is what it is. There's going to be losers whenever you're trading. And for me, that was a loser. And so I lost about, like, I think overall, like about, what was like about 0.10%, because I made like 0.7% on this, and I lost about 0. Like I think 10% or 11 or 12% on this. I'm not quite sure. I think it was like either 0.12%. I know for my Euro NZD loser, which I had 2 losers today, that was the biggest loser for the day. And my Euro NZD loser was about 0.5%. So overall, with this trade, it put me down to 0.60% down for the day. So it was, it wasn't a percent. It wasn't, I wasn't losing a percent. So I'm really glad how I managed this trade, and I didn't take it like really risky at all. So from being that fact, like it just stopped me out. Sometimes like you're gonna have losers. Sometimes your trade setups are not going to work out according to plan, and there's nothing you can do. You can't just cry about it and want to trade it again and try to get that winner back. So for me, I was like, okay, so we probably saw, I was still bull biased, don't get me wrong, on the pair, just because of the liquid 50, the EMAs, and the higher time frames. But as you can see here, it just completely fell all the way down. Retested the 8 EMA, the 21 EMA, and just completely fell down all over here. And then so for like about 10:30, around 10 a.m., I saw this divergence popping up. So I went a little bit aggressive on the first break of the 50 right over here, and basically I took it at I took this as a C setup, and closed half at 1R, and then basically I took half right over here on this pivot because I was expecting a pullback on the daily pivot, which you can see there was like some kind of a pullback right over here, and then basically just tested the 200 EMA and just reversed. So I did close half of this. So this was like quarter of a percent of a winner today, and so that brings me down for like the total of the day, like for the red day, like I think like at what, like 0.35% a loser. So not a big loser, and I'm really thankful that I managed this loser really well, and as well as the Euro NZD loser, because it was a small loser, 0.50%. It's not something significant where it's gonna get me down red for the day. I mean, red for the week or red for the month. Like, you could easily come back from that. So for me, I stuck to my rules. I stuck to my plan. I was I like, actually, like, you know my losers. I don't think my losers as a negative way, because I know it's a process of trading, and I know it's going to be something that you're gonna. It's just, as a trader, you're gonna have to deal with all the fucking time. So for me, I don't really try to think of losers as a bad way, as a negative way. I try thinking of it as a positive way, where it's a challenge. It's basically a challenge where I can improve on myself. I can become a better trader, and I can try to basically come back from this better and better. Because obviously, as traders have losers, that's going to affect them emotionally. You're gonna want to overtrade. You want to go aggressive. You're gonna be like fear of missing out or whatever, and you want to make that money back. So for me, it gives me that challenge where I challenge myself to be better and come back from that loss, and just don't really like stand over that loser where thinking that it was the worst trade ever or whatever, or it was like something that I need to make my money back, like the market owes me money. So it just helps me out tremendously, just having losers, and thinking that of a challenge to better myself. So yeah, that's basically the recap for the day. Hopefully you guys like this video. I think the second entry was like at 0.20% actually, almost 0.20%. I'll have to check again my MetaTrader 4, but yeah. So hopefully you guys like this video. Let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. Just basically a perspective of a day in the life of a trader. There's going to be losers, there's going to be winners, but the thing is with losers, I took my losers really small today, which is what fucking matters. It doesn't matter that you're having it doesn't matter that you lose on a trade, because that's the process of trading. What matters is what kind of loser is it a big winner, or is it a small winner? I mean, a small loser. So for me today, small loser, I handled it really well with like my risk management, and I'm just happy how it played out. Obviously it was a loser and I didn't make money today, but it could have been much worse, as literally this pair fucking fell almost 100 pips toward the low of ADR. So yeah, massive fucking push down. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. Let me know if you have any questions or anything like that, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. All right.